Why blocking me?
Yeah, going back to Blizzard for a second, the founder of Blizzard, the co-founder of Blizzard, he literally yesterday they just announced their new company and they have 2 game studios. So it's interesting. Why would the co-founder of Blizzard quit Blizzard,
Start his own.
I think that
Even
says
like
a
that
lot.
situation over
I think
there.
that says a lot. I think that says a lot. So I think we'll see that. I think Bethesda, we'll see a small group of Bethesda
Just branch
probably
off and
bounce.
make a
Like,
new
you know
one?
what? I don't want Microsoft calling the shots. I want to call it because that's how it is. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Like, creating games is art. Like, if you're creating it, you know it best. If someone tries to tell you what to do, I think it's fair to say, I'm just gonna make it how I want to make it.
I mean, that's what
somewhere else.
hurt Destiny. Bungie, right?
Yeah.
Like, we know now that EA said no.
Trying to
You're
get
gonna
more
chop
money
the
and
game
stuff
up.
like
You're
that.
gonna make
Activision.
it this way.
That's what made
yeah,
it bad.
Activision. You're gonna
Activision,
chop it up. You're gonna make these
Yeah.
parts DLCs. You're gonna make this, all the revenue streams we can create. Ruining. They didn't ruin because Bungie. They're like the best at making shooters. They just know gunplay perfectly, but the scope and the depth and all those things that we wanted from Destiny weren't there.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all of our YouTube viewers, in the comments below, put down if they should keep on buying up like everything. Like, how do you feel about that? And let us know what you think. And, we can converse down there in the comments about this because I think this is big. But if they were to be purchasing everything, what would you want to see like Xbox purchase next for their Game Pass? Like what company would
Right.
you want them to purchase next, Ray?
Well, what I would want them to purchase personally is I would want them to purchase Ubisoft. Like,
Okay.
Ubisoft is one of my favorite third-party, developers. Like, I've almost always liked the games they've produced.
Right, yeah. The Assassin's Creed.
Assassin's Creed are really great.
Yeah.
So I've always been just a huge fan of Ubi. I always look forward to their E3 show, their E3 presentation. And so if they somehow gobbled up Ubisoft, I mean, that'd be much bigger purchase, right? I would think, than Bethesda. I think Bethesda's big, but Ubisoft's probably it's one of the big 3, right? With EA, that's what I would selfishly want, because then I would get all those great Assassin's Creeds and all these, wonderful games that I love
Right.
on Game Pass. What I think Microsoft needs to do is they need to get some type of Japanese studio, some type of JRPG direction,
Start
something.
going in that realm.
Yeah,
on the
start
Eastern
trying
RPGs.
to collect subscriptions over there, in the Far East, like, so it's something like Square Enix, get the Final Fantasies on Game Pass.
That'd be a big move.
Dragon Quest, like, get those kind of games on your platform, and now you're going to start seeing those Japanese sales rise, which they've always struggled in Japan and the Asian continents, where Sony just demolishes over there. If they can get that going on, then I think that's the big next move. Some type of big Japanese JRPG type studio, I think, is the step they should take.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, Mark?
I just wanted to make a comment on that. Yeah, I think Ray is right, because they need to tap in that market, because those markets over there are locked.
Yeah.
Sony, and then Nintendo, and then
Yeah.
Microsoft is and after it's so, they're a drop in the bucket, But yeah, that's a good market, that they can start, because they just need to expose as much people to Game Pass as possible. So if they can do that with just 1 or 2 games, that might be enough for another audience to be introduced to a bunch of games that they never, got to play.
Yeah, like, they might still buy their Nintendo and PlayStation, but they're going to buy an Xbox now, because $10 a month, why not? I get to play all the Final Fantasies.
200
All
Western
the
games?
I get all these awesome JRPGs that I love too, and now Microsoft has got themselves into that, that's
It's
market, a foot in the door into that
Yeah.
market.
Yeah. So personally, I think a company like Sega is a good purchase for Microsoft, because
Okay.
it's so broad. They make such a vast array of games that appeal to everyone in all areas. Like, they own Sonic, which is a very revered franchise. They have weird games like Super Monkey Ball. They have like a lot of a good catalog of games.
Yeah, I
So-
think it fits well with Rare Studios. because they've got like Banjo Kazooie and all those.
Mhm.
Like, they have platformers. They
yeah.
have they just have a vast array of good games.
Mhm.
So I think something like Sega would be fantastic. And then I want to say a studio that I don't think they should buy, even though I love it, is like something like Rockstar. I just feel like
The art, right?
Huh?
The art.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like something like I don't want them to buy something like that, but
Yeah.
something like Sega, which the games are pretty good variety of game, appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Get something like that.
I think that definitely works with their E tag,
Yeah.
E for
Oh, yeah.
everyone. You know what I mean? I think definitely buying Sega would work with that really well.
And I wanted to point out there was like some weird rumors from I don't know if you guys heard about it, but there's like a lot of rumors from Sega employees themselves.
Mhm.
Because there's like some picture of I think someone from Japan who worked at like the Sega headquarters, and then she put her hands like an X next to a box, and then she like posted it on Twitter or Instagram or something like that.
Oh
And
yeah,
people are
I
like,
heard rumors of that.
people are like, "What?
that's interesting.
Like this is weird. Like this is very weird." A Sega employee in Japan
yeah.
posting her hands like this with a box.
She was really saying "suck it," but yeah.
Well, yeah. So who knows? She was saying, "No, we don't want this. Crap.
yeah.
Take this
nah,
back."
nah.
I mean, it'd be cool for Microsoft to have like a cool iconic image like Sonic, right? For their company, especially in the Asian countries. That's probably more so what they're getting is like that image, rather than like the games. Because I think the games would be more popular over there in the East. They're not as popular, I don't think, here in the West, a lot of the Sega games. But having a cool iconic image like Sonic would be helpful for
Well,
them.
I mean, right now, what's like Microsoft's like mascot?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they don't have.
It's Master Chief,
It
right?
used to be Master Chief, yeah.
And it's not really like I don't know if Master Chief's popping like
Now
that,
it's what,
you know
Phil
what I mean?
Spencer? Is he the mascot?
Yeah, Phil Spencer, he's the mascot.
So I feel
That's
like-
right. I mean, I guess, right? He kind of is.
That's what I
Yeah.
think of now.
Yeah, I think of Phil Spencer.
I
Yeah.
feel like Sony has like a lot more possible mascots on their
Sackboy,
roster.
Kratos, all
Right.
sorts of images that we
You know,
think of.
Drake,
Drake,
there's like a bunch of them that
Ellie,
come to mind.
Even like
yeah.
Spider-Man, like
Even like
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
it's
yeah,
crazy.
because they own Spider-Man. Yeah, I think of
Right.
Spider-Man too, and I think of Sony.
I